A murder? I'm on my way. Wowzer! What a murder! I'm Inspector Gadgeter, and I'm here to solve this case just with my brain power. Thank you, you're welcome. As you know, the head of this studio, Mr. Honcho L, Stree, was killed about an hour ago, while you were all here at a party celebrating the start of filming. An explosive device next door was activated, and his body was thrown through this wall into this room. According to security services, you are the only people who've been on this soundstage today. One of you committed the murder. Either you can help me figure out who did it, or you can all stay the night in custody. It's your choice. Some facts to keep in mind. Number 1. Despite the hole in the wall, our experts have determined that it is safe for all of you to stay here. Number 2. The local fire inspector was here 3 hours ago and concluded that the explosive devices next door were safely installed and would not go off until intentionally detonated. Number 3. Mr. Stree attended the first part of this party. He was seen having heated interactions with several people, some of you, before he disappeared about 10 minutes before the blast occurred. Now begin to get to know each other, following the instructions in your character booklets. Go Gadgeter! I'll be back with more instructions and more news later. Oh, hello there. I've got a few more clues that you may find interesting. We found Mr. Stree's wallet, which had a few scribbled notes to himself. These calculations seem to suggest that he was only paying half of what some people are usually paid. Shocking. They are only identified by the initials A, G, D and T. It also notes that P, C and M are working for no pay at all. Now, some of these people may not be part of this group, but I suspect some of them are. Another page has a scribble about buying property in the adjoining studio. It looks like he was intending to force out the current owners of this land. The wallet also contained an article clipped from Variety newspaper from 2 months ago. The article was about Keanu Heaves, Gillian Steelberg and Jamie Lee Curtis. All of these people were involved with Blastdance, who had struggled to raise funds for the movies they had hoped to make. Their names are crossed out in felt tip pen, and in the margin was written, "Not anymore." Go ahead, Gadgeter Gang, discuss this evidence among yourself. I'll be back with more dirt soon. Hey guys, I'm back, and wowzer, it looks like you all have motives for murder. But I have some more info for you. We have found a note clutched in Honcho's hand. Why we didn't find it earlier is anybody's guess. The note seems to be asking for a private meeting on soundstage B. In my expert's opinion, it was written by someone unaccustomed to writing. I'd also say it was someone fluent in English. Probably a woman. I also have parts of the fire inspector's report from this morning. He says that the explosives were run by cutting-edge equipment. They could only be activated by a specially coded remote control, but the single remote unit was locked in a safe. By the way, it's still there.
Fire Inspector's report. Controls, I am pleased to report that all explosive devices can only be activated by a remote control, specially coded to be used up to 250 meters. I examined the single corresponding coded remote unit and returned it to the locked safe where I had found it.
The police demolitions experts are also analysing the explosion. It seems it was much larger than what would have been needed for the movie. They suspect some additional plastic explosives was added this morning. It looks like SEMP 447, which was just invented this year. It's very hard to get. Go ahead, gang, discuss this between yourselves and see if you can figure out if anyone had the ability to commit the murder. Oh, hello there. Welcome back. Now that I've given you all the information, I know who the murderer is. Do you? If you do, write it down on your voting ballot. Hand it to the gaming host. I'll be back later to see if your answer tallies with mine. Does anyone have any accusations?
Go right ahead, but be ready for the person who you accuse to have an alibi.
Welcome back. It's time now for me to reveal my conclusions. The murderer needs to have good spelling, but also needs unused handwriting. That eliminates Sean Cleese, Polly Pingrold, and Goka Bowman. And since it's probably a woman, that makes men like I'll Be Back, Keanu Heaves, Duran Wham a lot less likely. But most importantly, the murderer needed to have access to coding abilities and access to equipment like the latest plastic explosives or a programmable remote control. Who is more likely than someone from the future? Martie McFry, I accuse you of the murder of Honcho L. Stree. Confess! Well, gang, what a day, what a murder, and I'm glad we got to the bottom of it. Good luck with all your acting careers. Go Gadgeter, out.